All right. Man, I hope that heals soon. Looks like I got messed up. It's almost done. All right, what's going on, everybody? How is everybody tonight? We all doing good? Gonna get started here in just a bit. Probably should have warmed it up a little bit before I got stuck in a TikTok hole. I've been doing a lot of video creation for TikTok lately, so it's been interesting. And some of it, I wasn't even trying to create it. I just put it out there just because I had it. Because, like everybody else, I'm sure, during Corona, I've had a little bit more time to play video games because I can't do anything else. So I've been playing Call of Duty and posting some stuff on there of me playing. It's pretty funny, though. But we have our really good video getting edited here. That's why I have the mark on my face. You guys can see it. If you guys have any ideas of things you want to see as a TikTok video, let me know, because we're definitely putting together an idea list. But without ruining the surprise, because you guys will want to see this video. It's pretty funny. If you aren't following me and you're on TikTok, just head over there and search for Serial Entrepreneur. Just like it is on YouTube, just Serial Entrepreneur. That's it. But we're posting that video soon, and the reason why I have the markup here is because I was wearing a gas mask, essentially. I ordered a whole costume, like a hazmat suit and a gas mask. And anyways, without ruining it any further or giving away too many details about what we were doing, y'all just pay attention to my TikTok. You'll see it here pretty soon. It's coming out either tomorrow or the day after, so it should be pretty funny. Shotgun, Jason, what's going on? Who's really doing anything business-wise for TikTok? There's tons of people. Local businesses, not as much. It's not really, like, that's the thing. You have to realize the platform and how it's catered to their market and their audience. TikTok, in general, is not going to be seen as a business platform. You can run ads on TikTok, but the content that's going to get attention is going to be everyday type of stuff, right? It's not business focused at all. It's not, hey, click here and get a download for free. That's more Facebook, kind of Instagram, and YouTube, as far as ad platforms are concerned, outside of PPC like Google Ads. So TikTok is more like, if you wanted to use it for a business, you're going to want to use it just for branding purposes. To build awareness, and even and that's not to say, a local business couldn't benefit from TikTok. So for example, like, I've seen TikTok videos of like dentists going around in their office and singing stuff, right? And they just go viral because they have a goofy voice, or they're a goofy person and they're fun to watch, right? Has nothing to do with their dental practice, but it does help build their name. And even in a local area, if a video goes viral, they can be like, oh shit, I've seen that doctor's office before. I know who that is, or at least I know that business, right? So it helps, even if, it's not something that is a direct sale approach, you're still able to use it to generate traffic and to generate awareness, really, about a brand or about a person or a business. So, and again, guys, unless these businesses you're working with have super large budgets to where they're like, hey, we just have extra money to spend, can we put it into TikTok? That's really the only instance where I would say go after a business and start or lead with that in mind. Or, not just that. Obviously, you'd have a bunch of other things going on. But, if you want, basically what I'm trying to say is, if you want to include TikTok, you need to make sure that you actually are doing it with a business that's going to benefit from it. Most local businesses won't. If they have a massive budget, then it'll work out a lot better. But again, only if they have a large enough budget. Thad House, what's going on? What do I need to start a social media marketing agency, and is it worth it? I'm going to quit my primary job for this, so please explain briefly. Yes, Swanth. I have so many trainings on exactly that. Have you been, before I answer that question, because it is a longer response because I have tons of content on it already. So my question is, have you seen my content on YouTube about it? I have like a whole guide on how to start a marketing agency on there, literally from start to finish, just on YouTube. Now, obviously, there's a difference between that and my program, but trust me, you can learn, at least you can get an idea. The good thing about my YouTube channel is you can get an idea outside of the fact that there is obviously quality training. Otherwise, my channel I don't think would exist. You can utilize it to get an idea of what you want to do or whether you want to start your agency. So it's kind of up to you, you know, what you feel is not like it's different for everybody, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Not everybody starts off the same way. Not everybody has the same requirements or the same needs. So it just kind of depends on your situation. Okay, if you're completely new, then you definitely just need to check out my channel. Anybody watching right now or anybody in the chat right now would be happy to tell you it's a great place to start. We even have a $7 program if you really want to start off cheap. We have a $7 like beginner level intro course that you can start with, and then we have a more advanced course. The two guys on the call right now can tell you a little bit more about it. They can definitely vouch for its complexity because there's a lot in there. But in my opinion, before you even purchase the $7 program, I would go check out my YouTube channel because there's tons of content on there on how to start an SMMA, what you're going to need to get started. Now, you have to invest some time and effort, right? You're not going to get it in 4 seconds, and that's what a lot of people want. They want to figure out what they want to know like in 4 seconds. And number one, you're in the right place at least. You don't have someone spewing bullshit to you. But number two, you're going to have to actually spend some time getting into the videos and reading blog content, stuff like that. If you prefer to read, pretty much every video that we produce, we put a blog article together on. That's over on my website. And all of that information that I'm talking about to you right now is in the description below this video. So if you close out the chat window, if you're on your phone, you can go right there and check that out. But tons of it there. So I would say before I answer that question and go into a long spiel about it, definitely check out my channel first because everything you're going to want to know to start is right there. Best service to offer for an agency in your opinion? I don't think there is a best service. I think that I have services that I prefer. And that's the thing, it's kind of different for everybody. So like pay-per-click, right? Some people like to run pay-per-click ads and that's all they like to focus on, which is totally fine. That's not my preference. I like to make content. I like to focus on SEO, so strategic placement organically, and build and design, right? So awareness, design, organic traffic, and social ads, things like that are really my favorite ways to go. But PPC is also super lucrative as a business, and there are tons of companies out there that utilize PPC because it is effective. So there is no best. It's kind of up to you and what you feel the most comfortable with, but also what you like the most. That's really what, go with what you like, okay? Stop. There is no best, okay? And this pretty much applies to almost every single thing until you get to the technical aspects of digital marketing, right? Everybody always wants to know what's the best way to do this or the best way to land a client or the best niche, the best fucking service. Everybody wants to know the best, and I get that. But get that out of your head. It's going to hinder you from growing with your business and your agency. Get rid of the best mentality and understand, what do I do best? What do I like the most? And what can I actually provide a result on? That's what's going to get you results. So even with niche, for example, that's another great way. Like, look at what you actually have an interest in. If you don't like psychiatrists or psychology or anything along, that path, don't go fucking get clients that are psychiatrists, right? That doesn't make sense. If you like cooking and you like food, then do restaurants. Now, what you have to understand is restaurants are a lot more competitive, right? Why? Because everybody wants to do restaurants because they're a lot easier. And if you really want me to be honest, in all actuality, they're not. That's just the mentality that people have about restaurants. You have to really know how to market. You think it's easy, but if you're driving, like me and Kashif Kashif. I got you. Okay. Me and Kashif last week, we talked about, I think it was, what was the business we were talking about? There was a specific business, and basically a barber. And what I told him was, relay that to the pizza example. I always like to refer to pizza restaurants, right? Well, the pizza restaurant and a barbershop, the same thing. He told me the average cut was like $20-$30, right? So that means the barbershop is generating $30 in revenue per customer. Let's say they see 100 customers a day. 100 times 30 is $3,000. But that's a lot. Like 100 customers in a barbershop, that's a busy barbershop. So let's be, I guess, really, let's be more realistic then. Let's say they see like 40. 40 times 30 is what? Shit, 700? I don't even know. My math is not good on camera. Like, I can do quick math. I can do quick math in my head, but as soon as you put me on camera, I cannot do it. Times 40. Oh, 1,200. Okay, yeah, I figured that was off. I was like, 700? Wait, there's a 3 and a 4 there. Okay, all right, so $1,200, right? $1,200 in revenue times 30 days is roughly, what, 45 grand? 44 grand, something like that? Right? Cash, what's the math on that? 36,000. See, I'm telling you, I think it's the pressure. I get under pressure. I'm like, shit, I'm going to fuck this up. All right, anyways. So it's about 36 grand, right? So at $36,000, paying themselves, paying their rent, paying their utilities, paying their taxes, paying their employees is really not a ton of money to generate. Plus, you're asking them to spend about $2,000 with you, maybe $2,000 to $3,000 with you on your marketing campaign. So we're really, really cutting that short. So really what you have to understand is when it comes to any type of niche, any type of service, any type of aspect of digital marketing, the whole thing, wrapping it up, is there is no best. Okay, so pick what you like, pick what you vibe the best with or the most with, and work with that. Kashif, did you have a question? Or Kashif, did you have a question? I'm going to get it 100%, I promise. I have to break my old habit now.
Going on that, I was going to ask you last week, but I forgot. With the return on investment, when you're charging them, like let's say they have a budget of $2,000 in ad spend, and then you're charging them 1,500, that's 3,500. When you're doing your return on investment, you have to do the return on investment over the full 3,500 or just the $2,000 that was spent in ads.
No, so it's all of it, right? Because here's the thing. When you look at the ad campaign specifically, just that one portion, that's where you're looking at the ad campaign spent on the return on that ad campaign, right? So if you're doing SEO, you kind of want to be able to track people that are coming into the site organically. That's where call tracking and analytics come into play, right? But when it's just the actual ad budget itself, you want to check the revenue from that ad budget generated to the cost of the ad budget. That's the return that you're looking at there. With regards to the entire campaign, though, that's what the customer cares about, right? So that's for you to monitor, though. The ad spend where you're monitoring the revenue versus the cost, that's for your internal tracking. And the reason why is because it's going to tell you how you need to optimize your campaign. Right? If you have ads that are performing at a better rate, obviously we want to devote more cash to those ads because they're converting at a higher rate, right? So we're going to remove budget from other areas, but our cost is still the same. Are we able to increase the revenue now, right? But when we're looking at making the customer happy and the ROI they want to see, if I'm spending $3,500 with you, I need to see at least $3,500 in sales generated back from you, minimum, for me to be at least okay with moving forward, right? Because outside of that, you haven't made me any money. Actually, before that point, all you've done is lost me money, right? But good question. That's a very good question. A lot of people don't think, okay, well, there are two things, right? There is the ad budget, there's your management fee. But in actuality, you need to know both. You need to know the return on investment from your ad spend, like we mentioned, and the entire budget. Okay, let me see. Where were we at? Thanks for all that you do for us. As a noob, I'm having trouble closing without a portfolio. Do you have any suggestions in regards to my script? What's your script? I have no clue. Yes, it was great. No, I mean, seriously, I have no clue what your script is. I did the $7 course. It was incredible and very valuable. You can't go wrong with starting there. Plus, there's an incentive at the end you'd love. Gilbert ain't lying to y'all. He ain't lying. There is an incentive at the end. I'm a member of 2.0. I can't nail down a niche, but have experience doing lead gen with SEO, Google local contractor. Wait, what? Have experience doing lead gen with SEO and Google local contractors. Are Facebook ads viable for these guys, or is organic and PPC king? Oh, okay. So you're saying doing SEO and Google for local contractors, basically lead gen. When you say Google, when you say SEO Google, do you mean SEO and PPC or just SEO, which is like organic Google? Is that what you're talking about? I think that's what you're talking about. For local contractors, are Facebook ads viable for these guys, or is organic and PPC king? So I think you, okay, so never mind. You were talking about PPC. All right, so now that I've basically translated that message, and no offense, reading text is always hard, so that's not your fault. All right, so what I would say is this. It depends on the type of contractor, right? So if we're talking about HVAC, plumbing, those guys, and actually, no, we're not. Let's go back to the top. If we're talking about contractors in general, social ads work great if you look at remarketing, right? Any type of business can really use remarketing on social media. Why? Because I've seen your business before at some point, or I've engaged with you at some point. Now you're just reminding me of your business and the product or service you offer and why it's better than the competitor and all the other things, right? So social can be used for contractors. What I would say is you're talking about lead gen though. If we're talking, and you can generate leads from the remarketing, but if we're talking about cold lead gen, like I assume you're talking about, then SEO and PPC is going to be the best. Just because Facebook's going to be, it's harder to target people on Facebook for a service that they won't need until they actually need it, right? So air conditioning, I don't need an air conditioner until my air conditioner dies. That's when I'm going to start searching for a business, right? So I'm not going to Facebook to do that. I'm going to go to Google, which I might find a Facebook page, but I'm starting with a Google search. So just understand how to integrate them together, right? That's the thing. It's never like, okay, SEO and PPC is the only thing we can do for these contractors. No, you have to say, okay, well, social is still viable. Why? Because people who visit the actual website, the service pages, remarketing campaign instantly comes into play. We have a chat. What do we have a chat about? Do you recommend outsourcing to a white label platform or working with partners to fulfill services? So far, I'm using Vendasta to white label services and wondering if it's the best way to scale as a startup. See, that's the one area I'd be careful, only because I don't know how great they are with their other services. They tried to sell me on them too, to use their platform. Personally, man, for me, it's this. I don't like using a white label service because you're going to get a white label product in return. It's very farmed. There's nothing unique about it. Everything that you're doing is something that everybody else is doing. Even with SEO, you're going to get bare minimum. Honestly, the best way, in my opinion, because here's the thing. Eventually, you're going to have to transition into your own team. Otherwise, you're just a reseller of services, right? And I know your goal is to have your own team. So really, it's tough, but the easiest way to do it is to bite the bullet now and start building your own team. It sucks because building SOPs is hard as shit. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of commitment. Finding the right employees is hard. That also takes a lot of time and commitment. So, but in the long run, and that's the thing, don't try to take on the entire project at once, right? Understand your structure first, build the structure of your team and what that's going to look like, and then start to hire. But if you know you need SEO, okay, what types of people do I need to perform SEO? I need probably an SEO manager, right? Someone to do actual keyword research. But sometimes SEO is consistent of what? Copywriting, right? Sometimes I need someone who understands SEO and how to write well. So I'll need a SEO person and a copywriter. Outside of that, the last person I might need, analytics. Because if I'm doing SEO, I have to be able to show results. So that also brings to mind call tracking, right? I'll need call tracking and I'll need analytics set up so that way I can understand, okay, these people are coming from organic search and they're converting using this lead magnet, or they're calling your business after they search your name, right? So, all right, cool. Now I have most of my SEO. There's probably some other things in there, but for time's sake, we'll just keep it at that. Now that we know SEO, okay, now let's look at our content side, because now I've already started looking at a writer. But this person might just be web copy. What if I need like an actual blog writer? All right, so I'm going to look at a blog writer now. And that's really how you have to do it. So build out the structure to your team first, understand what roles you need. That's going to help you understand how to build out your SOPs. And actually, before you even get to your SOPs, you need to figure out what services you're going to offer and what's included in that service. That way you can build out SOPs for that service. But that's going to be the best way to do it, in my opinion. Do you need a contract to close clients? You definitely don't need one. It is 100% recommended, though. And the reason why is because you want to make sure, it's like, put it to you like this. If you're doing a 6-month contract, and really, I don't know why people started doing this in business. I can't explain it other than the fact that people wanted to be able to guarantee their money. And they were like, cool, if we can get people legally bound into a contract, then they can't leave without paying us. Or we can send them to collections. So you don't technically have to have a contract, but if you want to be able to grow and scale your business and not have to worry about all of your collections that you have out, then I would say have contracts, because you're going to have a lot of people skipping out on paying you. When I first started, I landed a contract that was worth about $60K a year, and they made it through like the first 4 months, and they weren't happy because SEO wasn't happening in 3 months. And mind you, it was also a brand new website, which I explained to them. Anyways, they weren't in a contract. I didn't make them sign a contract. It was probably one of the first big deals I landed. And I didn't make them sign a contract because at that time I had like 2 other clients. They were my biggest client when I was, very first starting up. I didn't want to make people feel obligated to get into a contract, because it does make them less likely to sign with you. People like going into agreements where they don't have to sign anything that's legally binding, so that way they can get out if they want to. But again, at the end of the day, I would recommend having a contract signed that protects your money and protects your business. In the long run, you'll thank yourself for doing that. You guys all answered them too. Speaking of math, could you go more into depth on determining conversion ratios? Okay, so like when you say determining conversion ratios, are you talking about predicting the outcome of a campaign, or are you talking about here's the results, what's my conversion ratio? Because that's as simple as this. And it depends on how you lay it out, because there's, you can frame it different ways, right? So I can look at conversion ratio where I'm looking at conversion ratio from top of funnel to middle of funnel. God, why can't I get it? Top of funnel to middle of funnel, right? That's one layer of conversion. Or do I just want to know conversion ratio from top to end, right? Do I want to know 1,000 people came in, 5 people signed up, right? So conversion ratio is this. If I had 10 people view an ad, all right, and 1 person, what's my conversion ratio, guys? Anybody? What we got? Any answers? I can't hear you. If y'all are trying to say it, I can't read.
Is it 10?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're good. Your conversion ratio from top to bottom is 10%. It's as simple as that. Now, predicting is something that comes from data. You can try your best to, if you don't have any data, you can try your best to predict what the outcome will be, but you cannot rely on that number unless you have a lot of data from another resource that you're using to help you come up with the information. Like, coming up with ratios is all about understanding numbers and the data that you have. That's really all it is. So whenever you're looking at any campaign, if you have, let's say you have, and you want to know the conversion ratio from impression to actual conversion. Let's say you have 2,000 impressions on an ad, your conversion is 10, then it's 2,000 divided by 10. That's all you're going to do. Did I do that math right? Yeah, I think I did that math right. 2,000 divided by 10. Or no, 10 divided by 2,000, I think. I gotta do it on the calculator, I'm telling you. I don't know why I get stupid with math on camera. I just do. Yeah, it's 10 divided by 2,000. Whoa. Which is 0.5%. So that's the thing. That's all you're really doing. Conversion ratio is super simple. All you're looking at is, and all right, so let me draw it out a little bit different for you guys that don't know what I'm talking about from top to bottom of funnel. Draw, where is it? Paint. That's what I was trying to think of. All right, so your funnel's this, right? Let's say you have 1,000. From here to the middle, you have 100 people. To your conversion, you get 10. So it's pretty much 10% the whole way down. From level to level, right? From level to level, 10%. But if I want to know from top to bottom, I believe that's 0.5%. We're just going to do, oh. Oh, it's 1%, sorry. So, that's it. That's all conversion ratios are. Super simple. What else we got? What tips do you have to overcome and prevent objections to me not having previous clients? All right, that makes a lot more sense. So really, objections are about understanding the root issue, and a lot of people hear an objection and they get freaked out, so they stop asking questions, when in reality your job then is to ask more questions. So if someone says, for example, I don't know, I need to think about it, it's a little expensive, I just wasn't expecting to have to spend that much, right? Well, then from there, you have to say something along, and it can be phrased multiple different ways. It can be said multiple different ways. It doesn't have to say this exact thing, but you're pretty much going off the premise of, okay, well, Mr. Business Owner, you told me that your business was important. Actually, let me preface with this. So let's say the business, because this is how I go about it. Let's say the business owner told me that their main objective with wanting to increase their revenue was that they wanted to spend more time with their family. Right? That's the reason why they're doing everything, right? The real reason they're doing everything, the reason they have a business, all of that, right? Spend more time with their family. But to do that, they need more revenue. So that's the other underlying reason. They need more revenue to be able to spend more time with their family, right? That's the byproduct, all right? Well, to get more revenue, they know they have to spend more on marketing, right? So that's really what I'm doing there. Well, Mr. Business Owner, you told me that you wanted to be able to spend more time with your family, and that is obviously the dream, right? We all want to be able to do that. To do that, we have to be able to generate more revenue for your business. And like you said, you're not spending anything on marketing right now. And yes, this is obviously more expensive than what you're spending because, again, you're not spending anything right now. But we can show you the results of other campaigns. And actually, you're saying that you have no prior experience. What you can use is case studies. So I'm used to going into, I can show you these results of these campaigns. You would go with, okay, Mr. Business Owner, so I don't have a specific example I can show you from my own clients, but what I can show you is case studies of other doctors using this exact same approach that I'm showing you to generate revenue for their business. And we can apply the same approach to your business. The other way to do that is to just go get reviews and some type of testimonial or something. And the way you can do that is simple, building logos for businesses, shooting quick videos for them, managing their social media pages for a month, even though I don't recommend doing that unless you already have some type of systematic approach that you're going to use for every single type of business. But again, that's pretty much all I'm going to cover on that one, only because we cover that a lot. that question gets asked a lot, so I want to move on to other questions that we have. I have tons on my channel about overcoming objections, so just go check that out. I just joined the Facebook group, starting web design, SEO, and social. You think I should start with focus on my main discipline, web design, or also put effort in on the other services? Dino, here's what I would do. If you already have a main discipline, which is web design, I would focus on SEO. All right. So before you get into social, just focus on that and SEO, because you can totally build an agency that just does web design and SEO and then integrate social and PPC later. A good foundation really for any agency is to start with web design and SEO. And the reason why is because they both complement each other really well. And if you know how to build a really great site, that's the biggest hurdle you have to overcome. Because SEO is great if you can build all the content, but it sucks ass if your website sucks ass, right? It's primarily dependent on that website being able to function smoothly and quickly and consistently, right? So that's really what you're looking for there. So if you can build a badass website, then learn SEO. Now you know how to build a badass website that not only performs well, but now you can get it to rank really high. And obviously businesses will love that. Hey Jordan, I really want to start. Wait, I have a question about tax and business account. Can I join Zoom? Yep. By the way, if you guys didn't know, anybody is free to. I don't know about this Emmanuel Gage guy who's been trying to connect to audio for about an hour and a half. But everybody else, I think Emmanuel's there. I'm not really sure. You guys are all more than welcome to join the call. Here, I'll put it in the chat, but it's also in the description. Where is, I need chat. No, participants. Oh, there it is. Where's the invite? There it is. Just kidding. Found it. All right, so if you click that link right there, you can head on over to the Zoom call and you can feel free to take part here. Benefit to being on the Zoom call is you actually get to talk with me. I get to answer these guys' questions. Nate likes writing them down so he doesn't forget them because I get long-winded. So, but if you want, you're more than welcome to ask the questions too. Really want to start, but I'm scared I don't have the knowledge to get results. Any advice on how to build a foundation of knowledge so I can deliver results? Roy, it's so simple. I'm about to blow your mind. My YouTube channel, my $7 course, and then my $549 course. I promise you, by the time you come out of that program, you will have better than a college degree in digital marketing, and you'll have it 10,000 times faster and 10,000 times cheaper. I can guarantee you that. When your previous question mentioned white label, is that talking about something separate from Vendasta, which you said was a white label? So, all right, white label. Let's just clear that up and not saying you don't, but just in case anybody who doesn't know, white label means I run an agency. Let's say, and this is hypothetical, okay? So this is not an actual thing right now, just so you guys are clear. Let's say I run an agency. All right, I want to sell SEO, web design, social media marketing, but I don't know how to do them. But Vendasta knows how to do them. And Vendasta has a program where they will say, hey, Jordan, you sell our services. We'll let you put your logo on all of our software that we give to you as an agency. And then your clients won't even know that it's us running the campaign. So that way they are more likely to trust you and stay with you as a client, right? So that's what white labeling is, right? So now, what we were talking about with Nate was not any different, okay? It's still white labeling. What we were saying was Vendasta offers services like SEO, web design, social media, all that stuff. I don't know if they offer web design. I know they offer SEO and social media. They probably do offer web design, to be honest. But yes, Vendasta offers all those services. I personally only use them though for their listing management, reputation management services. That's actually what Vendasta was made for. That was the origin of their business, was doing that type of service, because I'm pretty sure they came out like a few years after Yext. Yext was Yext was popular when I was in Jacksonville in 2014. Like, businesses were using Yext then. All right, and that's when I first found out about Yext, was in 2014. So they've been around, or was it 13? 13, no, 14. It was 14. So that's when I found out about Yext. I'm pretty sure Vendasta came out like 3 to 4 years later, because there really wasn't a competitor to Yext that was actually really popular. There were other competitors, but they all sucked. So anyways, that's what we were talking about earlier. Well, I need a contract. Omar, are you the same guy who asked? You are. Omar, I answered the question about the contract, just so you know. Runaway Train's like, Omar, he just answered your question, bro. Can we move on from this? Oh, we got TJ. Somebody's trying to join. Potential clients who have no objections at all are usually the ones that never buy. Objections are a good thing. Well, it's not necessarily that, because some businesses just know. They're like, yo, I don't just do something. Get me business. Bring it to me. I know I need to do online marketing. But usually the ones who ask questions... All right, I'll put it to you like this. There's like two types of people. There's the ones who ask questions, and they're going to be a pain in the ass your entire time working with them. You're going to hate them. By the time you're done, you're going to want to go to their business and burn it to the ground. But then there's the type where they, they ask objections, but they're intelligent objections, right? They're questions you should be asking. But again, if you have a client who's like, is red a better color because it stands out really loud, or do you think we should go back with the blue? Go the fuck home. Like, go home. You are not allowed to sit in on any more of our marketing meetings. You're done. Like, those are the types of clients where if they're arguing with you about every, like let's say a logo has 6 colors and they're trying to figure out if they should keep like all of the colors there after you've done like 15 different variations of the design, like just let that customer go, because they're going to piss you off to no end. You will want to literally end their business. Wait, I just muted myself. I can't mute myself. That would be dumb. Is Rob Quinn in the sales part of the course? Not yet. He's obviously with Corona, it's kind of thrown a wrench into things. Last time he was here, which was like a month or two ago, probably 2 months ago now, when he was here about 2 months ago, he promised me that he would put together some sales-related training for the SMMA, for my DMS 2.0. So that is coming in the future for sure. And we actually have some ideas to throw some other new sales content in there as well, but we're just, with everything going on right now, it's a little tight trying to get new content into the program, especially when we know that there's sales content in there that is plenty useful in getting results. Also, we put out stuff on I'm pretty sure literally today, no, not today, today's Thursday. On Tuesday this week, we put together a guide on how to land clients on my channel. So if you want to go learn more stuff, there's more stuff there. For now. But yes, we will have more videos in the future, promise. By the way, guys, just do me a favor, I haven't asked yet, but if you would just be so kind as to hit the thumbs up button on this video if I've helped you at all, or been your friend, or given you any advice whatsoever. Maybe you just think I'm cute. No, I'm kidding. But please, leave a thumbs up. Leave a thumbs up on the video. Y'all would be surprised, dude. When I was first doing this, there was this guy, I swear to God, for a month straight would hop on and be like, Jordan, you're so hot. He'd be like, are you gay? I'd be like, no, I'm not gay. He'd ask every single time, like every week, like I had changed my mind. Like, oh yeah, I'm gay this week. Like, it's like, I don't think it works like that, dude. Like, oh God. What's his name? Joe Exotic apparently can make people gay. I don't know how the hell he did that. Like, how do you make two? I guess it was all the meth. No, it ain't the money. It was the meth. He wasn't doing, it was probably the toys. Yeah, the toys. He bought him trucks and shit like that, but it was the meth and just the fucked upness of it all. Like, that was the only dude I've ever seen that was actually, I think, successful at making straight dudes gay. I was like, holy shit, dude, these guys were straight? I thought they were actually gay. Had no clue. All right, so Nate has a question. Nate, I'm actually going to let you turn on your mic and you can read it aloud for the groups. That way we can make it a little more interactive.
All right, man. So basically, what I got from what you said about outsourcing is it's best to probably start with a couple services that I can offer in-house, have processes built out, hire a VA, and then start building outward from there. But the issue I'm running into with that is there's a lot of open market here and business owners that need everything from SEO to web design to things that I don't particularly know how to do. I like to stay in my lane with social ads and social media management. So I'm wondering how I can start getting in front of those business owners and offering them those services without, the long game obviously is to build out and then have those services myself.
Sure.
But what's the short game for the people that need it today?
Short game is, I'll partner with you. I'll help you do the service if you want to do it that route. I'm happy to do something because number one, and here's the thing, Nate, because I don't do this with everybody, like, trust me, I get people all the time who hit me up to ask me to like sell their services. I will only do it with people who I can tell are committed. You're literally here every Thursday. You're in all of my live groups. You bought all of my courses. I would be happy to help you do that and get your feet off the ground, because that's really what you're trying to do. You're just trying to get up there, and if you can get some clients and provide results, what we need to figure out is pricing and making sure that your pricing structure that you are offering lines up with what I need to provide the results that we provide. And also understanding that there is a bare minimum that we work with. But if you're cool with doing that, I'm happy to talk about that at some other time.
Yeah, we totally should, man. If you could just get like basically an a la carte menu, your prices, I can mark up.
Yeah, we already have that together. So just get with me, not later tonight. Get with me sometime tomorrow, and we'll set up a time where you and I can talk for like 20, 30 minutes, and I can show you all of that. Sound good?
Yeah, I appreciate that a lot.
Cool. And that's the thing, guys. Like, again, I won't do this with everybody because I'm not doing it with people who I can't tell are committed. But if you're here and you're struggling to kind of get your agency off the ground and you kind of want like a white label solution that you can trust, I'm happy to do that with you. But I'm not going to do it with everyone. And I'm only going to do it with people that I feel are actually taking it seriously and really trying. Like Kashif, I would offer the same thing to you, because it's clear the people who want to do it and want to become successful versus the people who are just trying to make money fast. Because those people will never be successful. This truly takes a lot of freaking effort. So, and especially now, these are trying times, right? So it takes even more effort now and more commitment now, because it's going to be harder to land sales and deals now than it would have been pre-corona. Right? There are less businesses in the market right now. So that's what you guys have to get about that. People who are doing it right now, you guys are going to come out so much stronger, though, because of the fact that you understand what hardship is. You literally took your agency in the beginning stages through hardship. Now you're going to come out the other side and say, that shit was easy. Like, these people were hard as hell to sell. Now I'm selling people who want to spend money, and it's so much easier. So that's the thing, guys. So just keep that in mind. But Nate, make sure to reach out to me after or sometime tomorrow, and we'll set up a time to talk.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that a lot.
Sure. White labeling with reputable company is way less risky and time consuming than trying to find trustworthy VA from the Philippines or something. That is 100% true. The hard part is finding a reputable company that's actually worth a damn. Like, that's the thing. You can find a reputable company, but that's because those companies know how to make themselves look reputable. That doesn't always mean they're reputable, right? I can like, literally, one of Vendasta's softwares that they offer you is review management, all right, and review screening. What it does is it allows you to control what reviews get posted on your public profiles. So just because somebody has a bunch of 5-star reviews doesn't mean they're actually a 5-star company, all right? So, and seriously, the only way you can really, and I mean really, truly figure out if a white labeling company is going to be the solution is if, number one, you either try it yourself and then, fail through experience, or you get on the phone with somebody who's actually used their service. And what I would do is start talking to all the people with bad reviews first. I know that's like a kind of a backwards way of looking at it, like, oh, well, Jordan, if you go after all the negative reviews, you're going to hate it. No, but I really want to see what their feedback was. I want to find out what what the reason why they actually left was. If it's like, oh, you had the customer service person was mean to me. Okay, fuck that guy. But if they're like, yeah, I tried to run an ad campaign and they lost me like $15,000. We didn't make a single dime back. Okay, clearly they don't know how to run ads, right? That's what I'm talking about. Do you have a question, Kashif? Yep.
Yeah, that's what I do too. Even when I'm buying stuff online, I always go to the one stars and read the one stars.
Oh, yeah. And that's the thing. You have to understand the whiners. You have to know the difference between the whiners and the people who actually had a bad experience. People are going to bitch because they have no lives or nothing better to do. But if they truly had a bad experience, they're going to let you know about it. And usually they write in depth about that bad experience. Yeah. Yep. Because people are happy to leave bad reviews. It's hard to get them to leave good ones, right?
Okay. So my question was, when I'm looking for clients, I know for like the brick and mortar companies, I could just go on Google and type in barbershops in my area. How do I find like online business, like e-commerce? Is there like a specific way to, like, let's say
for barbershops?
Yeah. Okay. Let's say my niche is hair, and I'm looking for companies like, I don't know if you ever heard of the company Keeps.
Wait, Keeps?
Yeah,
Like
it's like
the
a
hair growth? Yeah.
yeah. If I'm looking for companies like that, is there like a site or something that you can go on to like find companies like that?
So e-commerce related hair companies, or are we talking about local barbers?
E-commerce related.
I literally found a site the other day. Let's see
Yeah.
if I can find it again.
Okay. Okay.
I put it in. It was in one of my training videos, I think. I can't remember what it was, but we'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to find it now. Um, I think I looked a specific niche up.
I mean, you
Oh,
could just
I remember. I can get it to you later. I'm gonna have to
okay.
find it though, because I did it for a video for one of my Done With You agency clients. But I
Okay.
found this website where you could. It was literally like an e-commerce index of all of the different, and it had it listed out by industry or product, stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I can't
Uh,
remember what it is off the top of my head. I did a random search on Google for a specific niche. Oh, I wish I could remember what it was. All right, yeah, just hit me up later about it. I'll try my best to find it again.
all right. Cool.
Nate's always here, haha. Feeling gay this week, Jordan? What? Was that for my gay talk earlier? Like me about me not being gay? Oh yeah. Okay, that has to be. Yeah, I'm seeing all the chat now, and it's definitely from back then. Okay. I'm having trouble running ads for my car dealership client. I wish I could help you. I don't know what to say. Yeah, Nate, what's up?
I started out running ads for a car dealership. If I could share a really simple system that I use.
Talk about it, man. That's what
All
we're.
right,
This is what I
so
love. That's why I love getting the collaboration together because we get people who just. Anyway, sorry, I get excited. Go ahead.
all right. So first off, if
Here.
you want to save yourself a lot of time, you need to get their feed, their entire inventory imported right into the Facebook catalog. Now you can do this with an Excel sheet, and you can import it from their website to the Facebook catalog, or you can actually pay $87 a month to a platform called CDK Global. And CDK Global will go on their website and it'll convert it into the Facebook catalog automatically for you. Why this is awesome is because then you can run dynamic ad sets and dynamic ads. So you can target people based on what they're in the market for and what they're looking for. So it's super easy for me.
So, really quick, guys, for those of you who don't know what dynamic ads means, because this is super important. What that means is if I went to your website and you have all these cars on your website, right? But I looked at a Chevy Malibu. It means on Facebook, it's going to show me that Chevy Malibu that I was just looking at on your website. This is crucial to selling cars. Why? Because stop showing me cars I'm not fucking interested in. Show me the ones that I actually looked at on your website. And it can show you multiple of the exact car that they were looking at. So, all right, now continue.
Yeah, so once you get that set up and you have your inventory going off, then I'm going to be blasting out inventory ads at my top of funnel that's going to be getting people that are going to be interested and driving them to the website. And once they're on the website, I'm going to remarket them with a simple either a lead page ad or a messenger bot funnel that's going to qualify them. And then I load them into the CRM that does automated follow-ups.
This motherfucker's been listening, guys. Listen to this motherfucker. Dude, you just killed it. Nate, I'm proud of you, dude. That was good. And one thing I also want you guys to understand too, what he was talking about there about generating traffic and interested viewers. What do you think the ads at the top of funnel are looking like? These are their flashiest, awesome looking cars just to get people who are like, because if I click on a car and it says somewhere on the ad, yo, we're selling this.
and I click, I'm not going to click on it unless that's like the car of my dreams and I've always wanted that exact freaking car. I'm not going to click on it. I'm probably going to scroll past it. But if I'm in the market for a car, I'm like, yo, that is a dope car. Let me check this out. But that's not the car I want. Let me go check out what other cars they have. That's the kind of the mental loop that people go through when they go through that buying process. So that's, you guys have to think, but it's a simple system, guys. We're using top of funnel to drive interest. And that I hope you guys catch, this is not just for auto dealerships. This is for that's why I try to tell people marketing is actually super simple when you understand how it all works. Top of funnel, we're getting interest, right? So how do we generate interest? In any industry, it's pretty much the same thing. You're just using different tricks, right, to generate the interest. Once you get to the middle of funnel, now we're remarketing to people. What are we doing? Like he said, for the auto dealership, we have thousands of cars we could potentially be selling, but we only want to show the cars that they are actually looking at. Dynamic ads, right? We are showing the exact product because it's linked to our actual website. Now we're getting people to set appointments either through a messenger automation, like he mentioned, some type of lead form, some type of appointment setting form, whatever, to get these people in the door. But it's and no matter whether, again, it's an auto dealership, a chiropractor, an e-commerce store, you're taking the same principle and applying it to all of those businesses. It's just worked a little bit differently for each business. What's up, Nate?
I got one more little thing on that. So if you pay the $87 and you get your dealership's feed imported into the catalog, another great feature is you can publish it right to the marketplace. And my dealer client saw on average 20 to 40 new messenger conversations just from that integration alone, and an average of like 2 to 5 sales. So for $87, that's huge.
Dude, yeah. And your customers are going to be like, yo, can we spend more money? Like, how do we get more of these? Right? And dealerships, guys, like, they are tricky because they have such a large inventory, but if you can understand how to build out their campaigns, how to integrate their website with their actual online store or with their Facebook store or marketplace, and you can get those ads to work, they're going to make a shit ton of money. And dealerships are probably, if not the biggest spender in digital advertising, like, period. These guys, like, I'll put it into perspective for you, all right? When I was in Jacksonville, there was, I can't remember I think it was a Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, but it was the biggest brand in Jacksonville. You guys know, you probably have one in your own local area, right? It's like that family-owned, like, Ford dealership, but they have like 5 locations all across your area, right? Massive Ford dealerships. Same thing, right? This company was in Jacksonville, was spending $500,000 a year on advertising just with my radio station. They were spending with every radio station in the market, and there were about 6 different radio stations, plus there were newspapers, plus there were radio stations. They were probably spending upwards of like 20 to 30 mil a year in advertising in a local dealership. A local dealership. This is just Jacksonville, all right? Because of the fact that they make so much money. Their profit margin on cars, and it's different used versus new, but their profit margin just in general in the auto dealership is insane, all right? So if you can get a customer happy with cars, trust me, they will spend so much money. It is a great industry to get into, or a great niche, I should say, to get into. But you have to really be on your shit to be able to manage an auto dealership. I will say that. It's not for the faint of heart, and it's definitely not for people who are new, because there is a lot that goes on there. You said cbk.global? Yep. So, guys, just so you know, I'll put it in the YouTube chat too. cbk.global is what he's talking about. If you're looking to work with auto dealerships, that's the integration piece to integrate all of your products or your cars, essentially, into Facebook Marketplace. Does it also remove them once they're sold or removed from the website? It'll remove them from Facebook Marketplace, or do you have to manually do that?
Yep, it uploads the feed every night, so if it gets sold in the car...
Guys, and that's like the hardest part of managing auto dealerships is keeping their inventory up to date on social and on their website. Like, that's the hardest thing to do. So if you can manage that and get that down to a minimal amount of effort, your profit margins skyrocket with dealerships. Traditional barbershops usually have no money, though. Hairdressers, especially in the African American market, roll in the big bucks, though. Watch the doc. Good hair. So that's the thing that we were talking about actually last week. So I want to show you guys something, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to find those clients who will spend Just because they're a barbershop doesn't mean they won't spend. You just have to find the right type of barbershop, right? So let's type in because it just depends on where you are. And what you're really looking for, guys, is franchises or places with multiple locations. Because a one like this, I could already tell you I probably wouldn't reach out to this because it says one-man barbershop in the freaking name of the business. That guy's probably not going to be able to, unless, and that's the thing. See, this is why I hate answering the questions like what's the best, what's not, because of the fact that like I could make an assumption that one-man barbershop is just one guy who probably can't afford my services. But there are barbers out there, for example, who only work with celebrities. And they're charging $1,000 a fucking haircut. That kind of guy, I guarantee you, can probably afford me. The issue then, though, becomes, well, his market is so limited because he's only working with celebrities. But you could work that into high-dollar clientele who are willing to spend that amount of money just because they like a nice barbershop experience, right? People who are not necessarily celebrities, but they're high-level executives and CEOs who want a badass haircut. So, but what I can tell you is, my base assumption would probably say one-man barbershop is not that guy, so I probably wouldn't go after him. What we're going to do, though, is go to the map. One of the best things you can do is find places that have multiple locations. And that's hard to do. It takes a lot of effort. This is more of a manual approach to doing digital marketing, or to, not digital marketing, but to prospecting for new clients. But you can go in here and try to find businesses with the same name, obviously. So I'm trying to find, like I know, for example, I'm not going to be able to find it. This is where I go, Jack and Sons. But they have two. They have one in Roswell, and they have one in, what's that other city? Are they both in Roswell? I think they're both in Roswell. Either way, they have two locations. Like, this would be somewhere that I'd start looking at, but even still, because this barbershop, dude, they're making bank. I know it. Like, they kill it. I'll go in on a fucking Tuesday at 9 a.m. and these guys are in there slap full with like 9 chairs. I'm like, how? It's 9 in the morning on a Tuesday. Why are there so many people getting their hair cut? But that's how they are. Like, they're always super busy. So, you know, that's the thing. If it's that type of barbershop, you know, I'd be interested in talking with them. Guys, I'm sorry I got you guys in so late. There were so many people who joined a little bit later. Anyway, sorry I got you in so late. We're literally about to wrap tonight up, though. Thanks for all your value, man. I signed my first client this morning. And I'm wondering if you have any tips for next steps like onboarding and delivering for a business that helps remove negative credit scores. Did y'all see Nate make that? Oh, wait, y'all didn't even see it. Hold on. Let me bring this back over here. Y'all didn't even see Nate's face. He made the face that I always make. Because here's the issue. You should have had all of that in place before you took on the client. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to get you to realize the importance of doing this stuff. Before you ever sign a client, you want to know onboarding process. You want to know the process to fulfilling the services. You want to know the people that you're going to use to fulfill them. Like, I don't really have any tips other than I wish you the best of luck, because it is very seriously, you're doing one of the hardest things to do in running an agency. I've been trying to stress this to people for so long because it is so important, but like that is one of the hardest things to do in the agency world, because of the fact that you have nothing in place. That's like saying we're gonna start a printing company, like an actual printing company, like where you have the machines there, but you have no process for making anything. You're just like, all right, well, we got boxes of t-shirts over here and there's a print machine. Do we have any designs? I don't fucking know. Let's go start drawing them. Well, like, you should know, all right, we get an order. Cool. Is the design set? No. Okay, we have to build the design. Now, the design's built. Is it ready to go on the printer? No, we have to build out the vector imaging or whatever. All right, cool. So we build out, that's the stuff you have to have in place before you ever try to take on a client. That's the stuff you want to have in place. So my advice to you, not TJ, was that TJ? Yeah, it is TJ. My advice to you, TJ, and again, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to get you to realize the severity of, in my opinion, the mistake you just made. You need to first go out and start laying out, well, you know the services. So you sold them on a specific, so that's at least good. You know what services you sold them. You need to map out what those services are going to look like and how you're going to fulfill those services. The next thing you need to do after you do that is find people that are actually going to be able to fulfill those services on Upwork. So the next 2 days, all you need to do in the next 2 days, and I mean like no sleep, is stay up building SOPs for those services you're going to provide and trying to find people on Upwork and all of the other freelancer platforms you can possibly think of, and Facebook. Facebook groups are a great way to find freelancers, by the way. But that's what I would... Okay, so, all right. I hope you have everything. That's what it says. I hope all that other stuff is ready. I didn't see you say any of that stuff is ready. So onboarding is as simple as just asking a bunch of questions. It's asking questions about their business, asking questions about their customers, their products, for example, how much their product cost them or their service cost them, what they charge for it, what their margin is on that product, just having a general idea of that information, all of their logins for softwares, understanding what marketing they're doing outside of what they're doing with you. Really, that's all you're doing in the onboarding process is collecting a bunch of data about their business and about their customers and about the marketing they've done, everything to do with their business as much as you possibly can, so that way you can make a good marketing decision for them moving forward. But Jimmy, happy you made it, man. I think you are... I'm glad you had a good night. I'm a little out of it, if I do say so myself. Ooh, his client spends $12K a month. Nate, I hope you got that guy's number. You still in here? Did you see that in the chat? YouTube?
I've just got the Zoom pulled up is all. Who is it?
Yeah, it's Mo Nasser Zia. Mo Nasser Zia, are you still on the call? Because if you are, here, Nate, put your full name. Actually, just put your Facebook name in the chat really quick. I'll copy and paste it to him because he can just look you up on Facebook. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. All right, so if you are on the call, Mo, you can look that name up right there on Facebook and hit him up on Facebook. And hopefully Nate will accept you and you have like a similar name to your YouTube name. All right. So everybody, thank you for hopping on the Zoom call tonight. I really appreciate it. We are at an hour for tonight, but good news. So I didn't do it this week. I said I was going to last week, but I didn't because we ended up shooting TikTok videos all day on Tuesday. So next Tuesday, I'm legitimately going live on my channel, but we're going to do it midday. So probably like 2 or 3 p.m. EST. So I hope to see you all there. Actually, what time is that? Just follow my friggin' Facebook page and my Instagram page, and we'll let you know when we're going to do it. Or get in one of my groups. We'll let you know what time we're going to do it. But I'm guessing it's probably going to be around 2 or 3. I might do it later in the day. I'm not 100% sure. But 2 or 3 is what I was shooting for originally. So that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hopping on. Please do me that favor again and just hit that thumbs up button under the video. And yeah, that's really all I can ask you guys to do, because that would be great. I'd really appreciate that. But we're going to get out of here for now, guys. I will see you guys next week because we do this every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. EST. So I will see you guys next Thursday. But until then, you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you later. So, see your entrepreneur out. Bye, guys.
Peace out, brother. Thank you.
Bye.